Happy election eve, everyone. This is South Local Central, and we are live. We're going to be here going over the key house races, and we also will be waiting for the first results. Yes, we have first results coming in an hour from now at 12 o'clock midnight. It'll be from those midnight towns in New Hampshire. So let me have my guest, Dante, and welcome to the stream.
What's up? Good to be back.
And we're finally here.
Yep, it's finally election day. It's been a long 2 years, but we made it.
All right, so can you quickly explain what the midnight towns are?
Oh yeah, so there's a few towns in New Hampshire, and I'm actually not sure if they'll vote tonight. I haven't heard of them doing it for midterms, although I don't see why they wouldn't. There are three small towns in New Hampshire that let their voters cast ballot at midnight because they're so small, and report those results at midnight. So, assuming they do that during the midterms as well, because they famously do it for presidential elections and very famously do it for the New Hampshire presidential primary because of how early in the year that is. So yeah, if that comes out, we will see, and we will report the results.
Yes. So we are going over the key house races, but that will from early on in the night. So I'm gonna pull out the map. It is from the two first postings. It is 8 o'clock and 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it is coming up right now. And there is the map. So, do you want to go in order, or where do you want to start?
Whoa. Yeah, I guess we can go in order of times.
All right, so 6 o'clock. Actually, we got Indiana. The first results from Indiana, and there's a huge house race here in Indiana. So, can you go over? So, what
Yeah,
is this house race about?
the first results are going to be out of Indiana and Kentucky, but they will be. It will not be that corner of Indiana where Indiana 01 is. So we will not get any results from Indiana, first congressional district, until 7. In fact, the first hour of results really won't be coming from any competitive races. So I guess just moving ahead to 7. Yeah, there's Indiana's first congressional district, which is a race that I'm still working on my house map. So, but draft opinion. Let me see. I think I had it lean Republican.
Hmm. So, why is it so competitive?
Oh no, I had it lean Democrat. My bad. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, I mean it's a district that's been trending Republican for a few years now. Biden won it by a pretty small margin, and it's simply it's white working class voters, northern corner of Indiana, voters that are trending away from the Democratic Party. And it's just um, there's a lot of voters in that district that are starting to move away from the party long term. So the long term projection for Democrats is not good in that district. However, it might be enough for them to hold on to it in this election. And what I would watch for is, a district that was very close, but it's still a district that I think Democrats are favored in. If Republicans were to win this district, I think you can maybe bet the over. If you're thinking Republicans are going to gain the House and they're going to flip like 20 seats, say or so, say, and this is one of the districts that they flip, then maybe you can start thinking, okay, maybe we're thinking more about 30, 35 seats. It would definitely be a sign of a bigger
all right.
wedge.
All right, so we're going to Virginia now. 3 Democratic races are here, so let's go over them. You can go in order if you want.
Yeah, so there are 3 competitive races in Virginia, and they kind of fall on 3 different planes. First off, there's Virginia's 2nd congressional district. Let me pull up a map here so I know what I'm talking about.
It's Luria, right?
Yes, this is Elaine Luria. So, Virginia's 2nd congressional district, which is Southeast Virginia, takes up Virginia Beach and those suburbs. Republican-leaning district. It's been redistricted to be further Republican-leaning. It's got a partisan lean of about R+6. Luria flipped this seat in the 2018 wave. She is in a tough battle in 2022. Needless to say, if Republicans don't flip this district, then Democrats probably are at least competitive for the House majority. This is a seat that not only should Republicans win, it's a seat that they arguably need to win in order to flip the House. And I wouldn't say need to win, maybe, because they only need 5 seats. But if they aren't flipping this seat, they probably aren't flipping a lot of their other targets that are right in the area of being flipped. So the 2nd seat in Virginia is Virginia 7. This is a district that is in it's in the northern part of half of the state. It's been redistricted to be about D+2. It's a district where Joe Biden did a little better than he did nationally. And simply put, if Republicans win this district, similar to Indiana's 1st, if you think Republicans are winning, maybe gaining 20 to 25 seats, then if they flip this district, you can start thinking about, okay, maybe they're gaining about 30 to 35 seats, because this is a district that Democrats probably should be able to hold on to, even in a tough environment. And finally, there's Virginia's 10th. This one is just on the edge of being competitive. Joe Biden won it by nearly 20. Even Terry McAuliffe won it in the 2021 Virginia's governor race. If this flips, we are in line for something that looks like 2006 or 2010. We're thinking maybe 40, 50 seats flipping if this flips. That's a race that I race as likely Democratic.
All right, so let's go down to Georgia. We got 2 races here.
Okay. So yeah, thinking about Georgia. Let's see what we got. Do you mean by 2 races? Do you mean the 2nd and the Senate district, the Senate and the district congressional race?
I'm talking about the 2nd and the 6th. Technically, the 6th is
okay. Yeah, so Georgia 6 is going to be
redistricted 6.
Yeah, due to redistricting, Georgia 6 is now open. It is R+24. It will flip. It's not competitive. It's just, it is worth noting because it is going to be a flip from red to blue because Democrats currently hold the 6, but in its state, it's going to flip. Regardless of whatever happens tomorrow, it'll flip. The actual competitive district in Georgia is Georgia's 2nd congressional district, where Stanford Bishop is running for another term. He's a longtime congressman. District is only about D+4. There was some hype among Republicans about potentially flipping this earlier. It hasn't really come into fruition. Bishop has kind of cruised throughout the campaign. This isn't a safe district, far from it. I rate it as likely Democratic. But again, if Republicans are flipping this district, we're probably looking at a bit of a mega wave, a tsunami of sorts. This isn't going to be one of the first districts they flip.
All right, so I think we got Virginia, Indiana, what else? Vermont, South Carolina, Indiana, Kentucky. I think we got all the 7 o'clock. So we're going to 7:30.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, here we go. Ohio. We got. Actually, no. The 10th is not competitive. All right.
I mean, are we counting
So we got
Florida?
3 competitive. Oops.
Are we counting Florida at 7 or 7:30?
Florida's 8. Mostly 8.
Okay.
No, Florida's
No,
mostly 7, but
mostly
it closes
7. Florida's
in
mostly
Panhandle
7.
at 8.
The Panhandle
Yeah.
is Florida is just 8, so it's mostly 7. But yeah, we can do 8. So at 7:30, that would be North
Here's
Carolina and
Ohio.
Ohio. Okay.
Yes.
I guess we'll start with North Carolina. So obviously a pretty
okay.
contentious redistricting. As far as competitive seats, the ones I have in the range, the safest seat for Democrats that is still like in the range of competitiveness is probably North Carolina 6 in the northern part of the state, incumbent being Kathy Manning. It's about D+9. It's a pretty secure district. At the same time, if you're thinking about a tsunami, this is a district that definitely comes onto the board for Republicans.
How about DK Butterfield's district?
Yeah, NC1. This is a district. Let me find my rating for it. I think I have this.
And I have to be clear, this was a better map than what originally there was.
Yeah, okay, so NC first, I did find it. It's a D+5. It's going to be competitive. This is certainly going to be a close race. I think with Butterfield gone, longtime incumbent. I do think
Part of
going into this, I do think
Butterfield's part
of.
Butterfield is leadership, right? He's in leadership, right?
He's like towards the bottom, but yeah, I think he is. This is the district that I think Democrats will probably end up winning. If this is a a wave, Republicans, they flip this one. Maybe you're thinking, okay, they're doing better than I expected, maybe. So it's competitive, but I do think this is one where Republicans should hold on. The most competitive district in North Carolina is actually probably a Republican district with North Carolina 13. At the end of the day, red-leaning environment, I do expect Republicans to win this one. But if they don't, you're thinking, okay, Democrats are in play for the House majority.
All right, so there's one I have highlighted here. It's the southern part of, I think that's Charlotte. That is a new district. I have it highlighted just because I have it as
NC-14.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe. That's not.
All right, let's go up here to Ohio. Whoops. Let's go to Ohio, and we got a few races here.
Okay, let's get started. I'm going down the list and just finding the first one I got listed. Okay, let's start with Ohio's 9th congressional district with Macy Kaptur. This is a Trump won district. Kaptur is one of the longest serving congresswomen. Needless to say, this has been a weird race after it was discovered that Republican candidate J.R. Margie, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. The Republican candidate in this race, Margiski, okay, had lied about his military service. The NRCC kind of took all their funding out of this district. Now, I will say, I moved this district to lean Democrat after that, but I will say that I have been a little skeptical that Democrats are actually the heavy favorites to win here. I think it's still very competitive, and I think an even like a slightly above average Republican wave, this one flips, is one of the first to flip. At the end of the day, it's just a district that Trump won in a red-leaning year, and you have to anticipate that that's going to be part of the case. With all that said, obviously the fact that J.R. Margiski has not had any outside support for the last couple of months is not going to help him. And while this is a very new district for Kaptur, so she doesn't really have any incumbency advantage like she would if she was a 40-year incumbent in her old district, it is also probably the case that, I would think that she has a small advantage here.
This is actually most of her old district, but it added a lot of Republican advantages to make it R+9, I believe.
Well, it took a lot of Bob Latta's old turf.
Yeah.
It now takes in a bunch more of West Ohio, which is obviously very red. Okay, let's keep
All
going.
right, let's talk about this district right here, south of Cleveland.
13 or
I
7?
think it's
I think you probably mean 13, right?
13.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ohio 13. This is Tim
I think I
Ryan's
have it.
district.
It
Yeah,
said it
this
was
is
Anthony Gonzalez's on
that's Ohio 7. That's not competitive.
all right.
Yeah, so Ohio 13. This is Tim Ryan's old district. He's vacated it. I think this one flips. It was already getting closer and closer, prior to him retiring. It's, I think, actually become a little redder in redistricting. And, well, needless to say, there's no incumbent. There's no Tim Ryan. He was outrunning Democratic presidential candidates here by quite a margin. It's going to be close. It probably is going to be very close. And, Democrats are still very much in it. But this is one where if they flip it, you're thinking, okay, Democrats can still win the House majority. That's really how you split these. If Democrats crack into lean R seats, it's like, okay, they can definitely win the House majority. If they crack into likely R seats, it's like, wait, is this a blue wave? And on the other side, Republicans, they're cracking into lean D seats. Okay, they're saying you're overperforming. They're gaining more seats in the House than we expected. If they crack into likely D seats, you're thinking, okay, this is a tsunami.
Hey, look what Ryan sent in the chat.
I don't see anything.
In the stream chat. Not in our group chat.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
He just sent it. What?
Anyways, I guess.
I sent a photo of it into our group chat. All right, let's move on to Ohio 1.
Anyways, yeah, this is a district that Democrats actually really do believe they could flip. Just south of Cincinnati, it now. So formerly this was like a bit, it kind of didn't have all of Cincinnati in it. Now it does. It takes in all the suburbs. I don't see this one flipping this year, honestly, but it is Democratic leaning, and certainly this is one that they could flip if it's a stronger than expected night for them. But Chaba is an incumbent, and he does have an incumbency advantage. This takes in most of his pretty much all of his old district. It just adds in some more blue pieces. Of course, certainly in the next few years, he is going to be in a lot of trouble because, it's not always going to be a great environment, and this is going
Especially
to be
in
a
2 years.
trending district. Yeah, he's going to be dealing with
Especially in 2 years, if a lot of these if Republicans have a good night, expect them to have like a 2020 like a lawsuit because the president's party usually gains seats in the House in presidential elections. It happened in 2012 and 2016, and it happened in 2020
Yeah,
and
sort of.
2004 and 2000 and in 2000. But yeah, Chaba may be in trouble for the future. All right, 8 o'clock.
He
What do you
also
want to?
could lose tomorrow. Just to be clear, I'm not trying to say that he's safe by any means.
Yeah,
I think he's going to win, but that
I
was
don't know why, but
easily one of the
I don't know
toughest
why,
seats
but I
for me
think
to
I
pick.
included New York. Let me get rid of these right quick. Oops, I accidentally included New York. All right. So we got. All right, let's start up here with Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Rhode Island.
Yeah, let's get through the New England seats. I guess I'll take them each at a time. I'll start by talking about Connecticut second. It's been redistricted to be only D+3.
Which one is it? This one right here?
Actually, no, this one hasn't been redistricted. This one's just become closer as it's trended right. So yeah, slim partisan, but honestly, Joe Courtney's been in office so long that I think he's going to overperform by quite a bit. When he retires, this district will be one to watch. It's Eastern Connecticut. It's the big block district.
Oh, so it's the border of Rhode Island. All right.
Yeah, so I mean, I think he'll outrun it enough to win another term here. I don't really see this one as being on the front line of Republican flips. It's in the table. It's on the table though. Connecticut 5. This is one that's quietly turned into a real race in the eastern part of the state, western part of the state. Republicans could really flip this district. You know, I've had it as lean D for a while, and I think I'm probably going to keep it there in my final ratings. But Republicans could absolutely pull a surprise here, you know, tomorrow night. And it's close enough that you can maybe argue that it shouldn't be a surprise. So, yeah, definitely one worth watching there, because that's one that Democrats are going to need to win if they want to keep the House majority. They can't lose seats like that.
Yeah, they definitely need that seat to win tomorrow night.
And
Again,
obviously,
they cannot lose many, but this one is must win.
And obviously, just to put it in context, if they were to lose Connecticut second, they're probably losing like 750 seats. Like, once again, that's one of those seats that it's on the table, but it's going to have to come. But if it comes on the table, it's going to be in a true tsunami.
And let's be clear, if the Republicans get 50 seats, they'll have 263 seats.
Yeah, we could. If the Republicans had a tsunami, which is, I think, very unlikely, but also still in line. You know, it really changes the politics of this country. Tsunamis always do, but this one would be big. Now, of course, you can also argue that the flip side for Republicans is that then they have to defend 263 seats 2 years from now during a presidential election, and they could end up losing a lot of those. There's a lot of stuff to consider. But in the moment, obviously, if you're Republicans, that's your goal. That's what you want. You want as many seats as possible because you don't know what's going to happen in 2 years.
Yeah, like in 2020, we thought Democrats were going to pick off so many seats because Trump was unpopular. Trump was going to bring down Republicans. No, Republicans actually came within 5 of the majority.
Yeah, and also, to be fair, in retrospect for Democrats, picking up a bunch of seats would have been really tough for them in 2020 now that we're in 2022. Better than where they are now, but it still would have been tough in its own way.
All right, let's talk about this district right here, south of the 5th. It's just north of Long Island, New York.
You're talking about the tail?
Yes.
That's Jim Hines. That's not a competitive district. It's Bridgeport. I don't know what else to tell you. Those are the only 2 competitive ones in Connecticut.
Yeah, I have it as likely D because of its PVI, I think. Like,
yeah,
waves
I don't
happen.
know.
That could absolutely flip. But if it does, it's probably going to be 70 seats. All right. You good?
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. All right. So we got Rhode Island next. I think is that next on your list, or is it New
Yeah.
Hampshire?
Rhode Island is next. Rhode Island 2, I'm going to be honest, I think this one flips. Partly due to the fact that it's an open seat. I know it's still D plus 17, but I think this one flips. Yeah, that's my
I
take
have it
there.
as leaning as tilty. I have it as tilty, honestly.
I'm going for it to lean R. I don't think Magaziner has made up enough ground.
Yeah, it's absolutely a very could flip, but if Democrats keep it, it's like Ohio. It's like the different places. Like if they keep it, it's a better than expected night. All right. Do you have New Hampshire next, or do you have Maine next?
I guess we'll do Maine next because it's the only one. Yeah, Jared Golden trying to hang on in an R plus 10 district, and he might do it. He might make it out. We'll see. It's going to be super close. It's hard to really talk about this one because of ranked choice voting being in effect, but he really could win that one.
Yeah,
That's
and
very
he's
close.
facing the person he's facing
Frankly,
the guy who he ousted 4 years ago.
yeah, frankly, gun to my head, I think he holds on. RCV will probably once again put him over the top. So, yeah, I would say he probably will hold on, but we will see.
Again, without RCV, Poliquin would have run in 2018, not Golden.
I think Golden wins in 2020 without it. I'd have to check, though. I don't remember.
Because of how unpopular Paula Page was, there was a ranked choice voting implemented into the states. It's how Susan Collins would have lost if she would have been below 50. I think Poliquin lost due to it in 2018. Again, we may see Poliquin ahead but without ranked choice voting. But with ranked choice voting, Golden may absolutely pull this out.
Yeah,
Maybe
if Golden
would probably be a bright
if it's
spot
under
for
50 but
Democrats.
Golden's ahead, may as well just put it out.
All right, so New Hampshire.
Okay, yeah, New Hampshire. Both districts are competitive as per usual.
Let's check and see if we do get midnight towns.
New Hampshire's second is a little less competitive than the first, mostly because Chris Sununu rejected an opportunity to turn New Hampshire first into a GOP gerrymander. So Democrats could win both. Right now, I think they split the difference, and I think New Hampshire 2 stays on while New Hampshire 1 flips. That's my take right now. I think it'll split the difference. But it is very close, and there is like a very good argument for Chris Pappas holding on in New Hampshire 1. I do think it's hard to come up with an argument for how Amy Custer is going to lose. I just don't see that one happening unless it's a big wave.
And if yeah. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, we are getting midnight towns tonight. It says on the Wikipedia page that on the day of the state's political primaries and general elections, following a tradition that started to accommodate railroad workers. Let's see if. Yeah, most likely we will have the Midnight Towns in about 30 minutes. Alright. So, where do you want to go now? We got New England covered. You want to knock out Pennsylvania?
We can try it. My phone's about to die. I sent you a message on Instagram.
Oh,
If you were able to, if you could do it for, are you able to stream for
what?
yourself for a bit?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Maybe I can be back. We'll see. Thanks for having me. And if I'm not back, I'll try and come on tomorrow. But it's gonna be a long day,
Alright.
so we'll see what happens. And if
Yeah.
I'm not back, see you in the 2023 season.
Alright, so Dante is gonna leave. He'll be back tomorrow, I think. So let's see here. So here we go. Pennsylvania. So I have a couple of races here. We have Pennsylvania 17, that is the Conoram district. It was redistricted to have a competitive race. And I do see the Democrats holding out here, but if it flips, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, over here we got Pennsylvania 10. Scott Perry. He should always be in the books as endangered. Harrisburg, the suburb C. If he loses, watch how for Democrats taking the House. All right. Pennsylvania 8. We have Cartwright. Watch that for flipping. Watch this one. This is both of these are most likely going to flip. Pennsylvania 1, always a chance to flip there, but it could. It is most likely going to stay. All right, so New Jersey we got up here. Goffheimer, he should be okay, but if he loses, it'll be a wave. Same with Mikey Sherrill. Right here, Malinowski, most likely going to be a flip if he stays. And that, again, better than expected night. Down here, Andy Kim, he is expected to survive again. If he loses, look for 30, 40 seats for the Republicans. New Jersey second. Van Drew, a lot of Democratic vote and a lot of Republican vote. He should be fine, though. Same with Andy Harris down here in Maryland. And this one right here, expect him to be fine. But if he loses, again, I will not be surprised. It is a new district. It, a Democratic gerrymander threw that guy into a very vulnerable situation. He could be fine, but he also might not be fine. All right, let's go down here to Florida. All 40s are expected to be Republicans. Sorry. Yeah, all Republicans. So Tennessee, that one was gerrymandered. Expect that to flip at poll closings. Um, Michigan. All right. So John Gibbs. This is Michigan free. John Gibbs, Hillary Stockton. Gibbs defeated Meyer in the primary, barely, but still. this one could have a possibility to flip. If it does, good night for the Democrats. This one, Michigan 10, that is most likely going to flip. If it doesn't, wow, that would be honestly a huge surprise. Like what happened in New York 19 in August. All right, these two right here, Lotkins, she is more endangered than Kilby, but she could expect both of them to lose. Democrats are bracing for both of them to lose tomorrow night. Again, we'll see. They've both been running pretty good races. All right, here is a biggie. Illinois. So Illinois 13, expect Democrats to most likely pick this one up. But if it doesn't, but also don't expect them to win it either. It's gonna be a tight race. If Democrats win it, again, good night for them. If the Republicans win it, they're gonna have a good majority. Same with these three. This one, this Illinois 17. If Democrats win that, they're gonna have a good night until Republicans win enough of the solid R seats that are the 100% seats that are gonna flip. This one right here, this is Foster. He should be fine. If he loses, Democrats could be in serious trouble for the next few decades. If Underwood, if she loses, look up to 20-30 seats for Republicans. All right, Texas. All right, so right here, Vincent Gonzalez, Myra Flores, two incumbents running against each other. So Flores won in a special election that could have put the Republicans that are needing only 4, which is all the safe Republican seats that they are currently winning right now. However, because of Tola's win in August, Democrats have very good chance to could make it to 18 to 17 map. And if that happens, all hell, alright? Everyone, let's just don't hope for a 218 to 17 map. That is going to be whole load of chaos. Alright. So, this one here, expect Flores to lose re-election, but if she wins, good night for Republicans. Alright, right here, Texas 15, the old district of Vicente Gonzalez. Due to redistricting, he vacated it. However, Democrats are starting to get close in that race. I think that's likely Republican. If they do win it, Democrats actually might keep the House. All right. Henry Cuellar. He could be out, but he's all likelihood in how he's been doing with conservative Democrats and moderate Democrats. He should be okay. This depending on the turnout. All right, so let's go up here finally to Kansas Free. That is Cerise Davids. She's starting. She looks fine. She should be fine. However, with these type of midterms, it is an R+2 district. She could absolutely lose. But I have her as lean Democrat, and she should be fine if she continues her performance. And that's all the races I have. We're just 18 minutes away from the first poll closings, the first results of this election cycle. It, it's finally here, folks. It's actually finally here. Hold on. We're 17 minutes now away from the first poll closings. Sorry, hold on for a second, folks. I am doing something. I'm looking at my fantasy lineup. I'm trying to get a trade done, so don't tell the guys. I don't know if I should say that on here because the group chat watches the streams, but I'm trying to get a trade done. They don't know who I'm gonna trade done, but I'm trying to get a trade done as soon as possible, so I can go through before Thursday night football. However, I did win this week, so let's go. Alright, so do y'all want to see me play cool math right quick? I'm gonna play some cool math. We are 15 minutes away from the Midnight Towns. Shit. I did not want to run 3. I want to run number 1. All right. Actually, how about I do some little? I haven't done that in a while. Alright, so I'm gonna play some little while waiting for the results. Here we go. Let's start with Mahomes. Okay. It's defense and AFC. Ooh, linebacker in the AFC North or AFC East? AFC North or South? Hmm. Pittsburgh linebacker. It's not Minka, right? It's not. A safety. Yeah, he is. Wait, is Tremaine on the Bills, or is he still on the Bills, or is he? Yeah, he's on the Bills. All right. Linebacker for the Steelers could be Devin Bush. Damn, he's only 24 too. Wow. Could it be? Is it TJ? Is it TJ Watt? I thought he was an end. It is TJ Watt. He's a linebacker instead of never mind. All right, let's start with Josh this time. Buffalo Allen defense in the NFC. Aaron Donald. Ooh, could be the. Oh my goodness, could it be Cam Jordan? I didn't say Hayward. I said Jordan. What? I didn't mean to. Then it is New Orleans. The tackle 99. Turtle. It's Turtle, right? All right. We got 8 minutes to the first results, folks. I'm gonna go for AJ Brown. Ooh, NFC defense again. All right. Could it be Bosa? No. Cannot be Warner, but is it? I'm gonna go with JJ Watt. I know he's not him, but I'm gonna see if it's Arizona. No, it's Seattle. Okay, he's 27. He's not a safety. Quandre Diggs, I think he's still in the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, dang, he's 29. I might actually not get this one. Oh, wait, he's on the Titans. I thought he was on the Seahawks. Oh, wait, Wagner's on the Rams. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. Kobe. He's a corner. Shit. Damn, man. He's a cornerback. I don't know. Midnight Town's come in soon, like in 4 minutes. I'm just gonna say Gino and see who it actually is. I've never heard of him. Alright. One last one. Alright, let's do this. Wow. Okay, defensive player, I think, in the NFC. Ooh, okay. 26. Could be Reddick. Philadelphia. And it's 26 years old. Could it be a corner and it's Slay? No. Is it Bradbury? Bradbury? No. It can't be Chauncey Gardner. Maybe Chauncey Gardner Johnson? Alright, it is a safety, but it's 23 years old. Alright, I've been spending the past few minutes trying to see for the midnight results because the midnight towns just ended polling like 15 minutes ago and we're just waiting for the results now. You know what? I'll go over the midnight towns tomorrow morning. Tomorrow when we start the stream. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.